What is troubleshooting? When and how do we do it? Let us see. We have installed water level sensors. Site installations are complete. Initial tests are done. Everything works fine. We are receiving data, and suddenly, one day we find there is no data arriving, or wrong, intermittent, or unexpected data. Now, what do? We follow some systematic approach to find what has gone wrong with the system. There could be many things, those that can malfunction. So, to find out this, we should be well versed with the detailed parts of the system. First, let us consider what are the typical parts of a water level data acquisition system. A typical water level measurement system consists of sensor installation, data collection platform, telemetry system, satellite, earth receiving station, state data center. In this eMODULE, we focus on the part of the system that consists of sensor installation. Let us see what the general points where something can go wrong are, whether everything is present or not. Let us start with physical inspection. We go to the site and check whether all parts of the system are physically present. The sensor, cables, connectors, installation platform, accessories, solar panels, batteries, and any other important part, and are they all in proper place? Or anything is missing? Birds, animals, harsh winds, water flows can disturb these parts. In some cases, if the place is not protected by fencing, even then, some people can disturb the systems knowingly or unknowingly. Next part that comes is the cable connector. Here, let me suggest to you that we can carry a working manual of the system or simply some photos of the installation in our mobile phones. So, if some connector is loosened or fallen down, we can correct it. Especially, this should be checked for antenna connections, battery connectors, or sensors connecting the cables from sensor to data logger. Cables are the highways of the electrical system. Please see to it that we ensure that they are not entangled anywhere, nor in contact with high temperature. Sometimes they are not totally cut, but just insulation has cuts, or the insulation is melted and conducting wires are open. In this case, there could be open or short circuit, and circuit will fail to work. Also, animals or people can damage the cables. This should be taken care of. As we very well know, any electric circuit cannot work without power supply. So, we check if the batteries are according to specifications. It is very important that they should be exactly the same as specifications. Otherwise, volt current requirements do not match. If power supply is from main supply, we check 230 volts. We also check if any heavy motors are in vicinity that may affect the sensor and create disturbance in mains voltage. We cover 5 types of water level sensors: shaft encoder pressure, ultrasonic radar bubbler type. There are two broad categories for surface water level sensors: contact type and non-contact type. In contact type, we have shaft encoder, pressure transducer and bubbler type. Now let us see some specific points according to the sensor type. Shaft encoder type measurement. The most common method of measuring water level is a stilling well equipped with a float and shaft encoder. The components of this type of gauge include a stilling well, inlet pipes from the water, float, tape, wheel and shaft encoder, which electronically sends signal to the data collection platform. As we can see, the installation is generally on a bridge or a special structure is built. The stilling well is connected to water by pipes. So, we should ensure that the inlet pipes are not choked by debris. We also check the tape and pulley system. The tape might be torn and displaced from the pulley. Another thing that can happen is there may be some obstruction like wooden stick that is preventing the float from touching the water. All these conditions can give wrong readings. Further, ensure the battery voltage, proper connection, antenna position and solar panel are proper. One should also cross-check data reading with the staff gauge reading nearby. Pressure transducer. In this type, a pressure transducer is installed in a pipe below the minimum water line. The water pressure exerted on the sensor is the head of water above the sensor. This is converted to depth. We should always ensure that the pipe in which pressure sensor is installed should be immersed in water. Also take care the orifice of the tube is clean and in proper contact with water. There is no moss or debris gathered on it, and it should be situated at the exact point where we want to measure water level. In non-contact type, we have ultrasonic type and radar type sensors. Ultrasonic and radar type measurement. Ultrasonic and radar are non-contact type distance measurement sensors. The ultrasonic sensor measures the distance of target objects, water surface, by sending pulsed ultrasonic waves at the object and then measuring the time for the echo to return. Knowing the speed of wave, the sensor can determine the distance of the object. Thus, it gives distance between sensor cone and water surface. Ultrasonic and radar type sensors are fixed on a platform over the water body. It may happen that the fixture is disturbed and orientation of sensor cone is gone wrong. The sensor should look straight at the water surface. If it is looking in different direction, then there will be wrong data. So we have to fix it. Another thing that can happen is the cone may get covered by oil or dust or paint, which will prevent the signal output from the sensor. It may also happen that after the installation of radar or ultrasonic sensor, some new development has happened near the bridge which is covering the water surface in that area. Or some big rock has travelled with flood water force and sitting under the radar or ultrasonic sensor. These obstructions will affect the data output. These are the general conditions of which one should be aware of. Of course, in case of extreme climatic conditions like torrential rains, storms, or peak summer season, there should be frequent field visits and sensors installations should be monitored. Above all, there always can be some unexpected situation, so immediately we report to the concerned people and take steps. Preventive maintenance is the best way to avoid disasters. Do's and don'ts. Please keep watch on surroundings of the site of sensor installation. If trees are grown and giving shadow to solar panels, then change the location of solar panels. If any heavy electrical machinery installations are nearby, then use appropriate device to stabilize the power supply. Check power supply. Carry block diagram of the system. Check cables and connectors, antenna, battery. Check all indicator lamps on/off according to the manual. Check GSM, GPRS signal availability. Do not tamper with any switches, knobs if you do not know its function. Do not disturb any wire connections without consulting the service engineer. Do not touch open wires or half-open connectors. That may be hazardous. Do not disturb any knobs on instruments. These may be zero settings or voltage input-output settings. That will change the data values and will take a long time to find the fault.